Ready,
Is
Mr.
Dave
Tosh?
secretary?
Yes, sir.
Is Dave slash secretary too?
He is.
Another hat.
I'd like to call to order the special meeting for the Wyoming Valley West School District for June 25th, 2024. Stand for pledge of allegiance. Moment of silence. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Tosh, would you take roll call, please?
Yep.
Mr. Damascus,
Here.
Mr. Camus,
Here.
Mr. McGinley,
Present.
Mr. Kubuski,
Here.
Ms. Cassatt,
Here.
Mr. Keating, Mr. Perfetto,
Here.
Mr. Hartwick,
By phone.
and Mr. Wilson.
Here.
We have a quorum. Members of the audience or the residents? No one. How come there's more number one on it? So may I ask for a motion to amend our agenda for item number 6 pertaining to Elizabeth Jordan?
Are you going to do it? The general recommendation is separate from the staff?
Yes,
Well,
so
we didn't do the general yet though, right?
well, there's really no public comment, but we have to.
That's fine.
We have
I
to
mean-
amend our agenda.
Yeah.
It would be 5A6. So this is my agenda.
That's what I have. Right, so it's under, actually under number 5, I would say 5A6. Motion to amend 5A6.
So as our solicitor pointed out, so it'd be 5A6. Elizabeth Jordan, she obtained employment from a different district other than ours after the interview. May I have a second, please?
Second.
So you're just removing that, is that?
We're just
Yeah.
gonna remove
Okay,
that.
yep.
I have to do a roll call on that, correct? To amend the agenda.
Yes.
Mr. Tosh, could you do another roll call, please?
Sure can.
For the amendment?
Mr. Camus,
Yes.
Mr. McGinley,
Yes.
Ms. Cassatt,
Yes.
Mr. Perfetto,
Yes.
Mr. Wilson,
Yes.
Mr. Keating, Mr. Hartwick, Mr. Kubuski,
Yes.
Mr. Damascus.
Yes.
Okay, moving on. General recommended action items 1 through 8. I have a motion.
Make a motion. Second.
I have a motion and a second by Mr. Keating. On the roll call, please.
On the
Wait,
question,
On the
On the
question,
question? Go ahead.
please.
if I may, I'd just like to thank the finance committee and Mr. Keating over their hard work over the last fiscal year. And most importantly, thank Mr. Kucherak for his outstanding work on the budget. I think this district's very lucky to have Rob here. You know, usually when you start a new position, there's some sort of a transition period. Rob did not have that. And I think he hit the ground running. And I'd just like to thank him. We have a budget here with a no tax increase with a little bit of a surplus. I think it's a breath of fresh air that was well needed for our taxpayers of Wyoming Valley West. And, but moving forward, I think we need to continue to spend wisely, or we're gonna, fall back in that situation that we were in. The board has made great strides over the last few years. I just think we need to, continue to spend wisely. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Wilson. Anyone else?
Echo his
Mr.
words.
Camus. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I just said echo Nick's,
All right.
Mr. Wilson's words.
Mr. Camus, I'd like to make an amendment to the budget. The amendment would be that we would change the library number. In the case of the Hoyt Library, go from 65,000 to 75. And I believe the case for the Plymouth goes from 25 to 30.
I would second that.
So we have a motion and a second on the floor. Roll call.
On the question, was this Was Mr. Katrak able to review this for our budget or?
So, Mr. McGinley had stopped by yesterday and had mentioned that this was an idea he was thinking of doing. My only question for this is, am I just gonna take the extra 15,000 that is being requested and take that out of fund balance?
Can Mr. McGinley just clarify what the motion was again, please?
Motion is to increase the contribution that the school district makes to two libraries, Hoyt Library and the Plymouth Library. Hoyt Library would get $10,000 increase, the Plymouth Library would get $5,000.
Would that just be working the numbers around, or is that just increasing it altogether? And,
That's
It's
what I,
increasing the district's contribution.
okay, just to be clear.
Okay,
I'd like to add to that, that if we looked at the paperwork that was presented, probably it's about 10 years ago, 8 years ago, that 12 years ago, that we were actually giving more money to both libraries than we are currently. So we're really only catching back up to where we were 12 years ago. Yeah, I think it's even less
Yep.
still today if we make this adjustment.
So, gentlemen, thank you. My question just to our solicitor is, we're not really amending the agenda though, because it's not gonna change our bottom line. So I wouldn't really need
Just
a
amending the contribution we'd make for the library. We're not increasing the budget.
No, we're not requesting an increase there.
yes.
correct.
So basically, it's gonna, line 4A1 is gonna remain the same number. The only thing that will change would be the budgeted surplus that we had,
How much would that change by?
15,000.
It would be decreased by 15,000.
Yes. Or the other option is to look at other expenses and reduce those other expenses, so total expenses does not change.
Is this possible to do at another meeting or does it have to be done at the budget? Like,
So that's kind of where my question's at. I'm trying to figure that out, like where we're at right now.
'cause I just received this right now. I
Mhm.
mean,
Well, we
I
have a
sent you the
motion on
first
the,
copy last night.
wasn't it, it was all blank. from
Yeah,
what
but I sent you a second copy last night of the front page.
there's a motion on the floors.
I need your help with this, so I ask
You
for a
want
roll
to table?
call and vote on it.
Yeah, unless anybody has any more questions, do any of the gentlemen on the phone have any questions, or they hear everything?
Paul or Bill, do you have any questions on this?
I was gonna add, the only thing I was gonna add, I can't hear real well what the comments are from the sides of, but if it's hampering or it's changing anything in moving our budget forward, therefore this meeting, perhaps it's budget as presented and we address this. I don't see that there's a reason why we can't ask for some additional donation to the libraries or contribution subsequent to this meeting. Again, if it's gonna be a big condition of this overall approval process.
You have to vote on the motion.
We have to vote on the motion, that Mr. McGinley asked for.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Tosh, would you do a roll call?
But it's a new motion. It's not tied to the budget
Correct.
necessarily, right? So the
motion
budget,
to amend, I believe it was a motion to amend,
Contribution?
right?
Which is not on the budget, that's my only question. Or it's not on the agenda.
But the Hoyt Library funding is part of the budget.
Correct.
Yes,
Why, I mean, the budget can be voted on as presented. And why can't the board just make a separate motion to authorize the school administration to make additional contributions to the libraries in the stated amounts of 10,000, 5,000 from the district's fund balance?
I think that's a practical effect of his motion, Paul, if we were to vote yes on it.
Okay, so then we're good.
Did that way better than I did. That's what I meant. Motion, budget as presented, separate for the contribution to libraries.
Yeah. Okay, so Meyer, you say we're good, we're good.
Right, that would be the effect of voting,
Okay,
Okay.
of approving that, right?
That's clear.
all right, then we should do roll call.
Mr. Tosh, roll call, please.
Okay, roll call, Mr.
Hold on,
McGee.
Mr. Tosh. Any other questions on this?
No, that's
We're
better.
good?
I like that better, the way it's been said.
Mr. McGinley,
Yes.
Mr. Cassatt,
Yes.
Mr. Perfetto,
Yes.
Mr. Wilson,
Yes.
Mr. Keating,
Yes,
Mr. Hartwick,
Yes.
Mr. Kubuski,
Yes.
Mr. Damascus,
Yes.
Mr. Kamis.
Yes. Staff recommended action items, 1 through would be 9 now, or 8, I'm sorry.
Excuse me, did we vote on the other motion? For the
Oh,
budget,
Mr. McGinley, that's a good one.
right?
Yeah, you are correct.
Okay, we had a
100%.
motion and a second.
Absolutely.
We did amendment.
Absolutely. I got
All right.
confused on that one. All right.
Thank you.
No, thank you. General recommended action items. May I have a motion, please?
I
We
think
have
you already
a-
had one.
We had a motion.
We had a
second.
motion to
Second.
amend.
No, we had a motion for the general recommended
A
too.
motion and a second, and then he made a motion to amend it.
Right.
So we already have a motion and second to approve the general recommended action. But now it's
I thought we had
as amended.
as
So-
as amended.
Let's just make a new motion out of abundance of caution.
Yeah, that's the way,
Right?
thanks for calling that out.
Well, just that's the
would've-
reason
that
we're
would've
here
really
this morning,
stung.
right?
May I have a motion for general recommended action items as amended? 1 through.
Motion.
1 through 8.
Second.
so moved.
Motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Ms. Cassatt,
Yes.
Mr. Perfetto,
Yes.
Mr. Wilson,
Yes.
Mr. Keating,
Yes,
Mr. Hartwick, Mr. Kubuski,
Yes.
Mr. Damascus,
Yes.
Mr. Kamis.
Yes.
Mr. McGinley.
Yes.
Now we'll move on to staff recommended action items. It'll be 1 through 8. Being that we tabled item number 6. I have a motion, please.
Motion.
Second.
A motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Perfetto,
Yes.
Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
Mr. Keating,
yes,
Mr. Hartwick.
Yes.
Mr. Kubuski,
Yes.
Mr. Damascus,
Yes.
Mr. Kamis,
Yes.
Mr. McGinley,
Yes.
Ms. Cassatt.
Yes.
Carries. Moving on, board member comments. Mr. McGinley, you have anything?
Just, I'm sure the libraries will be thankful for the little bit of increase in donations. As Mr. Kubuski had said, we're really, even with this donation increase, still many thousands of dollars behind where we were in 2012. I also want to thank the financial department for doing a great work on the budget. Mr. Wilson's comments were very appropriate, I thought. And we're looking forward to a good summer and hopefully a good start of the school year come the end of August. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McGinley. Mr. Kubuski?
Yeah, just a few things. As Mr. Wilson said about the budget and all the work that went into it. I could certainly appreciate it. This is my first time going through the budget. So I can't imagine all the work that went into it for somebody just coming on. The other thing I just want to point out, the rain garden is just about done. It should be done this week at the high school. It is shaping up. It looks nice. The fence is almost done. The logs are gone. So I would think by the end of the month, they should be pulled out of there, but it does look nice if anybody is driving through. That's a,
Was there on Sunday.
yeah, it's getting there.
The stumps are supposed to be going too, from what I understand.
The logs are gone.
Yeah, the logs are gone, but the
Yeah.
stumps are supposed to be going as well.
Okay. I think that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Perfetto?
I actually did get to see the rain garden yesterday from Maria's window yesterday at our special ed meeting. It really looks nice. It does.
I think so.
Yeah.
Anything else, Mr. Perfetto?
No, I'm good.
Mr. Wilson?
I have nothing, Mr. Kamis. Thank you.
Mr. Damascus?
Just that our budget included some money for our esports program that we're gonna be starting up to high school. Thanks to Anthony there for helping with all that. So I think we'll be able to start that program, maybe August, maybe, late August school year. So it's moving along. So it'll be, interesting to see what a esports club or esports program looks like. Never saw one, but should be interesting. So thanks, Anthony, for all your work.
Yeah, I'm excited about that too.
And just, I know we lost a very, important person in our, district, many years of support. In fact, was my gym teacher back in the 80s, Mr. McKay, and our athletic director, just did a lot for this district for sports wise, was involved in everything, and we're going to really miss him. So my condolences to the McKay family for their loss. We, as an athletic committee, I think we're going to get together here in the next week or so and figure out how we could honor his legacy here at our district for all his contributions through the years. So again, condolences to the McKay family.
Same condolences. I think that's a great idea to honor his memory. He was a great man. Thanks to everybody that worked on the budget, and looking forward to a nice 1 month off.
Don't count your chickens yet.
Oh,
We're already working on other stuff.
oh, okay.
I would like to thank Rob from start to finish, from the interview process to where you're at now. And the undertaking that you took on was just immense. Between not being able to balance the books out, very impressed, very impressed. And thank you for sticking with us and sticking by us and putting in all those extra hours that you had to put in. I hope you're over the hump. And I think you realize that you have full support of it going forward.
Mhm.
That I think we all realize where you were to where you are, and we're very happy. Thank you very much.
I appreciate all the kind words, and all the support. Obviously, I don't feel we're over the hump, but I do believe we're headed in the right direction.
Thank you. Mr. Keating or Mr. Hardwick, do you have anything?
Yeah. I'll have one more. Rob gets one more warm fuzzy from me for everything that he has done since we brought him on board. Today's another great day for Wyoming Valley West as we're passing a budget with no tax increase. We also have our state recommended fund balance on hand, coming from a negative fund balance a few years ago. And in the meanwhile, we've done a lot of tangible improvements to the schools, and we couldn't do that without the support of the administration and our school board. So I'm very pleased at where we sit today. And I also echo Brian's comments on Sandy McKay. Thank you.
Mr. Hardwick, do you have anything?
Very quickly, same thing most everybody said. Rob, Finance Team, Personnel Committee, Mr. Tosh, everybody did a great job in bringing through it with their tax increase to the taxpayers. I would just want to add thank you to Brian, Rick, I believe Paul as well, for handling all the interview activity over the last month. I appreciate everybody's patience that I wasn't able to help them participate, but obviously as we voted today, there was confidence in bringing those folks forward. So, but thanks to all of you for the extra efforts over the interview process.
Can I just say one more thing?
Absolutely.
I just want it to be known that this effort is a full team effort. I mean, I know you give accolades to certain people, but it is a full team effort with administration and staff. Obviously, going forward, our funding is still depending on the state budget, which is not passed yet. So hopefully that will even be in more of our favor.
Excellent. Thank you. And we'll point it out. Mr. Tosh, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Just want to thank the board for all their hard work with the budget. Rob, it's been a pleasure working with him and seeing firsthand the amount of time he's put in and the direction, the vision he's given us. I do want to thank the board also, as Mr. Hartwick so accurately brought up the interview process. Thrilled to say that our interview process is just about concluded. We have all our new teachers hired before July 1st, which is really a proactive step. And I appreciate that.
And just to reiterate what Mr. DeBascus said, there's not too many times that you can say that an individual in a school district is actually legendary, but I do think Mr. McKay, based on being such an integral part of this district, the athletics, the male, female sports that he brought to Wyoming Valley West, and the amount of time he put in, close to 50 years. It's just almost unprecedented, and our thoughts and prayers go out to the McKay family.
Thank you, Mr. Tosh. All right, our next scheduled work session will be Wednesday, August 7th. It'll be here, and then our regular monthly meeting will be August 14th here at 7 p.m. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion?